What's up, everybody? Today we got some Borderlands here, and if you saw in the title, I don't know if you saw or not, but today or yesterday is when I saw it. I don't know when it was announced, but it looks like 3 days ago. Borderlands 4 release date confirmed on IGN. It says September 23rd, 2025. So that'll be pretty cool. So that means basically I got to play this game all the way through by then. If I only do it 2 hours a week, I don't know. It might be kind of hard. Today I slept in. So we'll see when the kids wake up when I can get off this thing. Or, well, I guess really the wife, she'll wake up at 8. So I only have an hour and 10 minutes today. Setting up the stream makes it take a little longer too. But basically, yeah, Borderlands 4 is confirmed. Forbes also has this article that says the GTA 6 release date window narrowed by the Borderlands 4 release date. I don't know if they're competing or what, but that's interesting. I do like, both of these games a lot. I don't know if I'll get GTA 6 or if I'll play it. I might. I recently downloaded some old Grand Theft Autos, and they just really, they're really hard to play. And I loved those games when I was younger, so it's interesting. But I tried playing through it again, and I can't get into it because it's just the mechanics of the game and aiming and all that kind of stuff it's just really difficult for me now. It's like, and it was then too, right? I think what I ended up doing is I was just getting so frustrated that I just ended up cheating. So I put a cheat on and then played it a little more, and then basically went back to Borderlands. I beat I think I've beat 1, 2, and 3 of Borderlands multiple times, but I haven't re-beat this one. I've only beat this one once. And that's not for any reason other than just the other ones were there. I don't know. I think I beat this one once with my wife when she was gaming back in the day. But anyway, so that'll be exciting. Number 4 is coming out. So let's see if I can remember what we were doing here. I also got a Switch this week, so I might start doing Zelda walkthroughs. I don't know, maybe. I started playing Zelda on it. I got some of the old original NES games. I started playing the original Zelda on it yesterday. So basically, I've just done like one level. I don't think I ever really played that game when I was younger. Maybe once or twice here and there through the years, but never like fully played through. So I might start doing that. The thing about that is I can do that, later in the day, because my kids can watch that stuff. I don't like to play adult video games when my kids are around because I only have so much time with them. So I try to play these types of games, at night while they're sleeping. Basically, they sleep a lot more than me. I usually only sleep like 5 or 6 hours a night, and so that's how I do it. A lot of people out there say adults shouldn't play video games. And I don't know if that's true or not, but, it is what it is. This is how I do it. 50. Damn. I gotta get some more freaking moonstones. I mean, is there anything else we really need? What do we run out of ammo of? Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's get into this. Enough talking. Oh, and then, I missed a couple days of podcasting. Yesterday, we could have done it, but I decided instead to fix a bunch of Switch controllers, a bunch of Joy-Cons, because last week we were on here doing Minecraft on Sunday, and one of my kids couldn't even really play because all the controllers are broken. So he's sitting there to do certain things. He's sitting there with 2 controllers that are broken in different ways. One of them had the R button broken, and one of them had whatever broken on it. And he's switching back and forth so that he can teleport to us. So I was like, well, we do electronics class. I try to teach them electronics on Thursdays. And so what I decided was to get all the Switch controllers, put them all together. And I had the older one write down everything that was wrong with all of them. And then basically I ordered a bunch of parts, and what it ended up being was 3 of them needed new joysticks. So I ordered a 4-pack of joysticks, and then I think 4 or 5 of them needed the locks replaced, like the things that lock them in on the Switch. So I ordered those, and then one of them needed the R button replaced, which is, that one. So I actually took that apart to figure out, and the actual switch had just come off the circuit board. So I tried to solder it back on, and I had a little bit of luck, and it did work for like a day, and then it fell off again. And basically the switch was like coming apart. It was in like 3 pieces. And I sort of got it back together and got it on there, and it sort of worked for like a day, and then it fell off again. So ordered new switches, and I soldered that on, so it seems pretty solid. I also ordered a new soldering iron because I needed a lot finer of a tip, because these things are so small. I need to get a little bit more tools to develop that skill a little bit more. I think I need some sort of magnifier, because it's so small. If I could see it better, that would be good. And then I have now a fine tip soldering iron, and then maybe like some better tweezers to like hold it in place while I solder it or something like that. But because my oldest kid's Switch, his charging port is getting loose. So I ordered new charging ports, which I don't know where they are now. I guess I'll have to go find them. But so when it does finally fully break, I'm going to have to change it, but it's the same thing. The solder is, the little connections are so tiny that it's going to be a job to solder it. And I was surprised I was able to do this Switch, because the solder connections were really tiny. But anyways, yeah, so I did the R button. We did 3 joysticks, and that was a lot harder. Luckily, the pack came with 4, because I broke the first one right off the bat. And like I've repaired a lot of things like this. I've repaired, a whole lot of appliances, but I've repaired electronics. I've pretty much been working on electronics since I was like 10. And my dad started teaching me this stuff. So, I'm not necessarily a rookie. Maybe I'm not like super good at it, but I'm not like a rookie. And but yeah, these little ribbon cables, they're on these joysticks. I destroyed the first one, trying to jam it in. Basically, I just kinked it wrong. I bent it and destroyed it. So they're pretty fragile, I would say. So if you're gonna do that, don't use metal tweezers on these ribbon cables. And I should have known better, but it's okay, because I bought 4 and I only needed 3, right? So it's like EVE says, he's like, 1 to screw up, 1 to use, and 1 to hoard. I don't know what he says. You put 1 on the shelf to hoard it, and then you screw 1 up, and then you install 1, right? Maybe it's something like that. So, yeah. So that was all right. But I ended up fixing, 4 or 5 Joy-Cons that, basically with like 30 or 40 bucks worth of stuff, including the soldering iron, I ended up, creating $200 worth of value essentially, because, to buy all those Joy-Cons, they're 80 bucks for a pair. So if I fixed 5 of them, I basically made, $200. So I think that's a pretty good thing. The one thing I will say is you have to like unplug the battery, or the video I watched on YouTube recommends you do. So I did that on one of them, and I replaced the joystick, and then I put it back together, and the battery won't work anymore. So I did break one further, kind of. So basically, the joystick was bad in it, and the lock was bad in it. So it was kind of useless to them anyways, right? So I replaced the joystick and the lock, put it back together, and it won't turn on. So what I did was I hooked it up to a switch, and it works when it's hooked up. So basically, that one can only be used on the switch because it still doesn't work. I've tried, putting the battery on and off. I tried looking at the connections, and they're so small. I don't know if I broke the wire, going in. I don't think there's any way I can repair that. It's just maybe with a magnifier or something like that. It's so small. What I might do, it looks like the board itself is good, but there is a chip next to it and maybe that regulates the voltage. If that's like a little voltage regulator for charging the battery, I might have like pried on it to disconnect the battery and broke it. That's a possibility because this one was like stubborn. It would like not come off. And so maybe I broke it, or I like broke the wire. There's no visible breaks, and I didn't like, try to meter it or anything to see. But basically, what my plan is that one is just gonna have to be the one that only works on the switch. It'll be a backup or whatever. A lot of times they're just playing with the switch anyway, so it shouldn't be a big deal. It's better than it was, even with a bad battery. Now at least it will still work at 50% of what it could be, right? And maybe I'll order a battery for it at some point. I don't know. I probably won't, but, it is what it is. Maybe it'll be parts, right? But 4 out of 5. I thought my cold was gone. Of course, it's coming back as soon as I get on a mic. Yeah, so... All right, well, let's go play then. Maybe I should stop talking and start playing. Okay, so what are we doing? The mayor's office. Let's see. Do we want to do this? We do get some moonstones for that. Or do we want to go back out? What level am I? 16. So let's go do this one, I think. Since it's easy difficulty, and we'll start working our way through some of these other missions here. Looks like there's this one that's easy difficulty too. Or this one's 15. Yeah, sorry.
Tweak your gun so it shoots explosive rounds. Tons of fun. Though you'd need to watch where you fire the thing. But change of plan. I've got it doing corrosive damage. Want to give it a go? Please? Tops. Here you go. Handle with care and all that. I recently took delivery of some claptrap units. Turns out the bloody thing's main processors are totally fried, which would explain why they were so ruddy cheap. Anyway, put them out of their misery, would ya?
Need me to tell you where they are? Thought not. If you want to take down something made of metal, a corrosive weapon's your best bet.
Alright, I guess I gotta go corrode these claptraps here. I don't remember this mission. I wonder if we skipped it. Let's see. So, what do we got? Well, I have this one. Maybe. There, I do have this one in here somewhere too. I think I have a pistol that's corrosive. This one's 42. This one is a lot more. So one thing about some of these missions that are like this is sometimes you want to use a lesser gun, right? Because, if they die.
I don't want
Nice.
to die.
Don't worry, that'll be some residual data. That clappy's a total vegetable. Or mineral. Probably.
All right, we got 3 of them. Yeah, but I mean, working on these little electronics is hard. That's why I wish I had if I had some sort of magnifying glasses or something like that. That's what I need next, and then maybe some sort of like, like third arm. It's like a tool that will hold things. Okay, where's the last one? And I thought about filming it, and making a video out of it. I need to get back to doing those type of videos. But I'm basically just trying to wait until I can buy new microphones. Because it's always the audio with me. I always have issues with the audio. Like the video is okay looking all the time, but the audio is just always jacked up with everything I do. Like even in here, it's like I can't even get this audio right all the time, It's like even right now, I'm probably mixed low. Actually, let me try to turn that up. So there, hopefully that will help a little bit. It looks like it's maxed over there, so I don't know what to do about that either. Yeah, but I would just always have issues with audio. Like, even with this system, it's like a lot of this stuff is professional gear that I'm talking through right now, Where's the 5th one? And so it should be really clear and clean, but I think like maybe a power conditioner might be the next thing I need in here, because sometimes there's just a random buzz. It's like I don't get it, and it's like sometimes it will just go away, and I think I hope I've solved it by putting an interface on the video computer, or the computer that I'm actually streaming through right now, which is, I think that has made my audio a lot better. But, oh, there it is.
Good job. Come on back. I'll give that laser one last tweak and you can keep it.
Now hold on one mother minute. Pew, pew, pew. Light guns? Seriously? Want a real weapon fueled by the awesome power of explosions? The answer is yes.
You've got a proposal?
I'm on a badass mission to explode all laser weapons. Halt to the coordinates I'm smacking into your echo and wait for instructions. Failure to do this will result in you being branded a huge a-hole.
I think that guy came from one of the DLCs. I want to say maybe number 2. I don't think I ever beat it all the way, but all right, let's see. So I guess I got to go deal with this guy now. Serenity's Waste. But yeah, it's always audio. So out in the garage, I would like to get some, I bought some microphones to help with the audio, because I'm
Pickly dickly dock. The Vault Hunter ran and shot. They shot and ran and killed a man. Pickly dickly dock.
I talk too quiet. Like I don't know how loud I'm talking. I don't know how anybody ever hears me about anything, really. Because I just talk quiet. And they all complain about it, and I get their point. I usually make fun of everybody. Like I tell my brother, it's him, it's not me, But I know I talk quiet, so I need to learn how to talk louder, or on my other channel, even with the crappy microphones that I had, so I bought these crappy microphones that were pretty cheap, but they Bluetoothed right to a phone, and then that phone could then record audio, and then the GoPro could record audio, and basically then I splice them together in an editing program so that it's loud. So that got it loud so that everybody could hear what I was saying, but the EQ response is really not good. So that worked for a while, and I was getting good results out of that, right? I was getting like I was getting more like new views and more subscribers on that YouTube channel than I ever had before. Like I had actually created something that was resulting in some amount of like metric that you could see progress.
You got cojones. Stand still. I don't want you to get hit by this. Though that would be kind of awesome. See that homing beacon? Grab it.
Can I just drive into it? I have to actually get off this thing. So I was making progress.
Are you still dropping off that laser? Feels like you're taking a long time getting back to me.
Don't answer. You're too busy doing awesome stuff. Put the beacon on the ground where your echo says. Respect the echo.
How do I jump? There we go. So is this across the... Oh no, it's right there.
Put that flim-flam piece of laser trash next to the beacon and stand far away, 'cause things are gonna frickin' mother explode! I picked an awesome spot for you to watch the show! Hurry up! I hate waiting!
Guess it's gonna make me jump. Is that the idea? Oh, it's over here somewhere. Why does it make me run? I can't use the motorcycle. Come on now. Anyway, so I just need to talk louder like this. Like I need to be more animated and realize that my general way of laid backedness is not good for what I'm trying to do here. For
Says I hate you like 50 barrels of high-grade explosive inside a spaceship sent hurling into a weapon that is a travesty to nature. Oh, wait! That's how you do it! You are now officially an ambassador of explosions!
Why do I get the feeling I won't be seeing that laser anytime soon? Big shame right there.
Alright. So yeah, I need to get the audio better. And I do have a lot of projects lined up for the garage and stuff I'm doing, but I don't even know if they will, if they'll really work in that way anyways. Because what I was doing is fixing a lot of appliances and being able to I've noticed a lot of YouTube channels be successful in this way where they are businesses already, and what they do is they just start recording their work. And so they're able to repeat the same type of video over and over and over again. And then what you end up with is a bunch of people that are interested in what your business is doing. It's like towing. There's some people don't give a crap about towing in any way. And then there's other people who just like to watch those videos. And so tow truck companies have kind of turned, all they start doing is filming what they're doing. They've been doing this stuff for years and years and years, and then they just film it, and get a bunch of views. I mean, I guess because like this stuff is entertaining to me. It's entertaining to a lot of other people. Some people like to watch my appliance videos to help them fix their appliance or their problem, right? And some people were just into appliances. I guess that's the best way I could explain it, but because basically everybody who subscribed to me, I would go to their channel, and if they were trying to get subscribers, I would subscribe back, right? So, some of these channels, they're literally just filming appliances running and putting that up, and that was working. They were getting a lot of views and stuff, and not that it's all about views. Like, I do this as a hobby because it's fun, but it's just fun for me to use all the gear and keep up with technology in that way. But basically, I need to get a better audio situation in the garage. And if I really wanted to build an appliance channel, which I could do, and I kind of started to, and I think I could build subscribers and get those views, because the way that I was doing it was I was just leaving myself out, because like the less of me the better kind of a thing. It's like, or just the right amount of me. But basically the video was only geared and focused on just fixing the machine and the machine. So if I was watching a how-to video, and I do watch a lot of them, like the problems that I see with these how-to videos is people make it about themselves, or they over-explain things. Like, and what I was trying to do was do it to the point to where I explained everything, so that if you were just brand new, you would get it. But if you were, I was trying to make the edits all as tight as possible, so that if you were like a seasoned pro, and you just needed to see how something came apart, because a lot of times it doesn't fully make sense on appliances. You could just kind of watch that part, or it would be, refined down enough, or edited down to where it was just boom, 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 like step, 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 step. Like sometimes I wouldn't record pulling all the screws out, or I wouldn't edit. I wouldn't put them all in, Like, if you can't see that you need to take these 4 screws out, well, then, you've got to do that part on your own. That way I'm not just wasting everybody's time with me just taking screws out, Like, that's what I was trying to do. And I think I was getting results because, I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Sometimes bad, like a lot of it actually in bad ways. But this time I was actually, with no advertising, getting like thousands of views on these videos. And so basically it was like I would put the video up and it would just get views. And then people would just subscribe, rather than before. What I always had to do was go out and ask people to subscribe. So it was like okay, hold on.
In recognition of services rendered to explosions, accept this totally generous reward. Later!
Ugh, I was going to tweak that laser so it dealt shock damage. You could have used it to quickly take down an enemy's shields, or make him dance funny. Oh well.
So if I could get back to that type of video, now here's the problem, right? Is like I like working on appliances, but a lot of the other stuff that I was doing was not fun for that business, right? And so I have ideas about how I'm going. I think I'm going to open that business again, but I think I'm going to name it something different, start over, get a different type of business license. Basically, like just make that part of it better. But the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably stop doing it the way I was doing it, because I just basically had no life. Like all I did was, I wonder where this one is. All I did was that. When it was successful, it was like I had to basically do it. Like right now, I would be doing it and not this. Which, to some extent, like I get it. Like I should have to just do all of that work on the front end, and it's kind of front loaded. And eventually, I would build up the customer base to not have to do that front load. But the way that I was doing it, it's really not like that, because my supply of product essentially is dependent on where the competition is, I should say. As far as selling the machines, the competition of selling the machines, I was so blowing out of the water because my competition of selling the machines is just people that are trying to sell their dryer, right? And so what they do is they get a new dryer, usually like their washer breaks. Then they get a new washer and dryer from like Lowe's. And then they sell their dryer, right? Well, they get their dryer, they put it up on KSL for like $50 or whatever they do, or, on Craigslist, we'll say, whatever. Forever how much they put it up. And then, maybe people come by it, maybe they don't, but they don't like wash it. It doesn't have a cord that comes with it because they used their cord on their new one. It's like, and they don't like clean out the insides. Like I take them apart, and there's a lot of places in dryers where lint gets stuck and it just does not come out. So over time, that used dryer is actually inefficient, right? It's like not good. Well, not better than the ones I was selling, because I take them apart and completely clean them out, right? And so what I could do is sell sort of the same dryer for more money, because I could do deliveries, which, I wasn't delivering inside their houses. Like I was getting it to their front door, basically, which that's another thing I would change in the new business plan is I would do full installs. So basically I would put into the price a delivery and an install. Wait, am I doing the Marif job? All right, so I need to go into here. And so my competition was on selling was like those people, which I could easily beat because I would clean the outside too. So my dryers just looked better. They would be more money than them, but they just were better, right? So basically that's what went down. And a lot of times I would get, like everybody else is selling theirs for whatever, mine is a better product, so I was selling it for more, and I was getting it. So that wasn't the competition. The competition is getting the dryers to fix. And so a lot of times I would buy them, and so obviously that eats into your profit, and which is fine. There was room for that, right? So, but you're not really making a lot of money per dryer. So if I could continue it, and I would keep doing it exactly how it was and making YouTube videos, and the YouTube videos would eventually, become a lot more than they are, because it was building. But what kind of life do I have? I basically do a 40-hour a week job, more or less, and then one of the kids is up. And then I do, another 20 to 30 hours on top of it. Who knows how much, because I didn't clock in with doing appliances. And it's like, it's not a good life. And my kids suffer because they don't get, there's things that I need to teach them. They're homeschooled. So it's not like we fully, yeah. Anyway, so now what they're getting out of it is that time that I was using, I'm now using that time to learn and to work out and to teach them. So I have classes every day, pretty much every day, that I teach them. Like today, they're going to be out in the garage with me. We're going to be, grinding, welding, working on cars. Like that's what our Saturdays are. So anyways, the point is the competition to get my supply of product was where the competition was. And you basically always have to be working to find broken machines, to find them cheap enough that and then you got to be there. You have to go get them before the next guy. Because what would happen is they'd get posted. And if you're not texting that person within, 5 minutes of them getting posted, a lot of times you didn't get it. Somebody else was already on it. So, a lot of times you could get if I could get like 20 machines in my garage, then I would have enough inventory to sort of keep it rolling to where I would sell a machine to somebody and then talk them into buying their machine, like giving them a discount, and then I get their broken machine, or just getting their machine from them because they don't have to take it to the dump or whatever, right? And so that would work out great if I could just keep rotating them out like that, and that's what I was doing for sometimes. But the problem is then I need to store 20 machines because it doesn't always work out. Like you might get one that's too broken, it's too far gone to be fixable, which does happen, and so then you're down a machine and you got to go find one. It's just like a constant war to like get these things. So then the problem with that is I'm doing it in my garage. Well, I don't have room to work on my cars, and so they need to be worked on. So it kind of domino effects, and I don't really want my garage to be used for that. So maybe if I can make enough money to get a shed, right? And I think that's what's going to be next is I'm going to get a bigger shed on the side of my house that if I do appliances, I'll do it out of the shed, either build it or buy it or whatever. But so the garage will stay in the state that it's in, which is set up for hobbies and building and cars. It's it pretty much got it more or less to where I want it now, to where it has a little bit of storage in it, but mostly there's one side that I can pull a car in and work on it. And right now the other side has my trailer that I'm building. So it's just like a 2-car garage. It's not huge or anything. So that's basically that plan. And so, I just don't, the appliances, and I wasn't making any money. That's the other thing too, is that really the amount, it was so little that it's like, it could be grown to something, but it would have to be a lot more. And so the new model will be in-home repairs. So it will be 80% in-home repairs and then 20% of what I used to be doing. And what I'll do is I'll have those machines, I'll either get them the way I was getting them, or I'll just get them from people. Like if I go to somebody's house and I can't fix their machine, or it's it's cost prohibitive or whatever, like maybe I'll just sell them a machine and, I'll just have it on the trailer when I get there, right, as an option. So basically what I'll do is I'll show up and I'll have the option of either just swapping them out and maybe fixing theirs, and then I'll make videos that way. I'll have the option of, if they'll allow me to, record fixing their machine and putting that up. But basically doing in-house repairs solves my supply problem, because I can go to the parts store whenever they're open, and what I can do is I can build up a truckload of parts and get a little tool bay in the back of either my car or my truck, and then parts bay, get a bunch of dryer parts, a bunch of bearings, like things that just go out all the time. Load that up. Then when I'm out there doing calls, because a lot of times when I was doing this too, people would ask if I could just come over and fix their machine at their house, which I just wasn't set up to do it. So if I set up a car or a truck to do that and then go do that, and then still have these machines that I'll acquire occasionally, like we could offer just straight installation. If you buy your, machine at Lowe's or whatever, and you want to use us rather than their installers, then we'll go to Lowe's and pick the machine up for you and bring it to your house and put it in, just start to build customers in that way. That would be the only way to do it, I would think, or the only way I would do it again, basically. So it's either that, or if I was like super rich and I was able to have a full blown like shop, just that was just dedicated to this, that would work too, obviously. And then the idea there is you build up all your customers and you service them, and you do a couple of preventative maintenance. I have ideas for preventative maintenance on like all their appliances. You basically just offer them a package. You come over once a year, you clean everything for them, clean the clean the washer filter so they don't have to do it. Take the dryer apart and clean it all out so the lint is out. Clean their vent hose. Clean the condenser on their refrigerator. Like, a lot of people don't do that ever, and they get caked up with dust. I don't know if it's the condenser or what, the coil that's in the bottom, right? It might not be a I don't know what I always confuse what coil is what, but basically they get caked up with dust sometimes. They don't work right. If you get that dust off, it's like, I think you're gonna save on your power bill. Your fridge is gonna be more efficient. It's gonna be able to, do what it's supposed to do. It's the same thing with your dryer. You get that lint out of there, the air will flow, and it will work better. So it won't have a blockage of moisture. The moisture can get out, basically. Clean there's dryers that we got over the years that we worked on that caught on fire because there was so much lint in the bottom. So people are out there using these things, and they're in danger, because the lint catches on fire sometimes. And I could offer that service to solve that problem for them. I'll be right back. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking, and then I'm also thinking about starting another business with the wife, where she's a really good singer, and she could teach singing lessons, and basically we need to get to a point to where we can kind of make money, or without going to a job, because I don't think either of us are really excited or happy about our jobs. Like, we've done the corporate thing, we've done the job thing for years and years. It's not like it's not fully working, I mean, it works. Like, it's good. Like, I don't want to, misrepresent. It's all right, but I think this could be better, because we have these talents. I'd be a lot more fulfilled.
That's the biggest laser I've ever seen.
And hopefully make a lot more money doing this than driving the truck. Like, and I like driving the truck, I really do, but I don't like some of the deliveries I have to do to some of the
guy
people.
had an ego the size of a space station. A freaking space station. Those are pretty big.
Yeah, anyways, so I'm going to end the stream now, but that was Borderlands for this week. I might be back on later today to catch up on the podcast. I need to get 2 more podcasts in so that I'm back to the same amount of podcast as days that I have 75 hard, so that I remember that. So that I remember what day I'm on, because I don't like to look at it. But, anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.